So I'm just gonna get started. If anyone else jumps in, they can jump in. So first I'm gonna just really speak to you guys about money blocks, the energetics behind it, the somatics and how somatics works, and also ask you a few questions or questions for you to ask yourself. It will be really handy if you do have a pen and a pad because there is going to be a part where you might want to take some notes. And then afterwards, what we're going to do, we're going to go into a deep somatic practice. It's almost like a meditation, but what we're going to be doing, we're going to be accessing the parts of your body, your subconscious, that you rarely pay any attention to. You would hear it, and it's actually governs you and controls you, but you're not consciously aware of it. It's something that bypasses you quite often. So what are money blocks? Where do we have them, or why do we have them? People with money can also have money blocks. But what you do need to know is if money isn't flowing to you easily and it gives you a weird feeling when you even think about money, that stemmed from somewhere. Without a shadow of a doubt, you wasn't born with this. So my first question is for you to ask yourself is, do you remember when you first started feeling the way that you feel about money? Like, was there a specific experience, or has it always kind of just been there in the background? Take a moment to really just think about where it might have come from, where it might have first been born. And you can answer out loud if you want. As I said, this is going to be semi-interactive. So if you are aware, want to answer loud, that's fine.
I wouldn't mind sharing, Mason, because something came up for me quite quickly.
Okay.
Um, I grew up in a very affluent area in St Albans, and I was raised by a single parent and lived in a council property. And all of my friends lived on the other side of St Albans in £1 million houses with mummy and daddy.
Mm,
And I think there was always like that idea that, growing up in a council house meant that you sort of weren't worthy as much, or you was lack of, or
mm,
so, it's always trying to chase being I don't know, being better or having more, or wearing designer clothes and stuff to sort of make up your value of who you are.
mm.
So there's loads of stuff I could go into, but I think that's where mine stems from anyway.
Well, that kind of makes sense. It's sort of like you're here and money's over there. There was a disconnect from a very young age of what it was to have money. So these things kind of be ingrained into us from an early stage. Whatever happened to any of us, it created a sense of uncertainty, even stress around it, sometimes self-doubt. We start judging ourselves because of a lack of it, and your brain will adapt to experiencing financial struggle instead of financial flow. So the aim today is to make money flow with ease. You know, the most important thing that we're going to be trying to do is clear whatever expectation that you have around money, because your mind, you might say to yourself, I can make money. But as you're about to experience, when we actually start to wonder how we feel about it, there might be a difference. You might notice a difference between what your mind is saying to what your body is saying. And this is where it gets really interesting because you actually start to notice a real disconnect between mind and body. This is the world of somatics, So grab your pen because this is first how we're first going to start, or how you're going to first start on your journey. And I'm going to take you through what my coach took me through because I can give you a backstory to my money block. So in my 20s and up to go 31, 32, I was making a lot of money as a professional athlete. Um, I was doing other things that I shouldn't be doing as well, but I was just making a lot of money. Then I got injured. And then one day I woke up and think, you know what, I need to change my life. So I stopped doing what I was doing. And the money that used to be coming so easily, so without even thinking, easy come, easy go, it just stopped. and money literally just stopped. So I went from a very sudden shift from money is easy, I've got loads of it and it flows, to I've got no fucking money, I've still got all these outgoings. And that just built up a real bad relationship with something that I guess I used to take for granted. So what I had to do with my own, I guess my own journey with my block is to get myself back into the energy space that money still can come easily and in flow, rather than this resistance that I'd built up. But anyway, I'm gonna go through the steps that I was taken through. So the first thing we have to do is redefine your money identity. So like right now, you're holding on to a belief that money is hard to come, but that's not the truth. There are loads of people in the world that make money easily, but it's just what's been reinforced in your reality. You need to start by shifting your identity to somebody who attracts money. And this starts with affirmation. Everybody says affirmations can be woo-woo or not, but you need to first start talking to yourself. And so, like, for example, money flows easily because I create massive value, or whatever yours would be. And it's not about hoping, it's about knowing. There's two very different energies behind hoping and knowing. The second thing you want to do is detach from the how. You can't micromanage where your money comes from. You need to know it. You need to know that it's going to show up. See, right now, your brain must be obsessing about, but how's it going to come? How am I going to get the money to pay for X, Y, and Z? And this creates a resistance. Of course it does. So you need to trust that the how will reveal itself. And when it does, that's when you can start focusing on aligning your actions, not trying to control every step. You need to prove your patterns are wrong. Like right now, your brain is looking for proof that money is a struggle. So you need to flip that script. Start actively looking for evidence when money does come easily. Did you ever get a random opportunity for money, whether it's a client or whatever you guys do? Was there a time when, even if it's a scratch card, a discount, or just something that just made your financial life a little bit easier? No matter how small it is, you need to acknowledge it, because this retrains your mind. Your mind's trying to tell you money's always hard, but then you've got a few examples. Hold on, that time it wasn't hard, even if it was small. You need to shift. Number 4, you need to shift from scarcity to service. When we feel blocked, we focus on needing money, but money follows value. Like, instead of thinking, how do I get more money? You need to ask yourself, how can I make myself more valuable? That money has no choice but to show up. This puts you in control and shifts your energy from lack to creation. And a big one, probably one of the most important ones, is that you need to get out of your head and connect with your body. More body work, breath work, meditation, physical movement. These are all great, powerful exercises to start connecting with your body. Even try visualizing yourself literally opening up a space for money to come in. Because what you do need to know is that money wants to flow to you. It's just waiting for you to get out your own way. Do you know what I mean? You need to clear your path. So I'll break it down. Your blockage isn't about the money itself. It's about the pattern that you've been reinforcing. Over the past how many years, your nervous system has been conditioned to associate money with uncertainty, with struggle, and feeling like if it's going to come, it's going to go wrong. So even if you consciously know that you're good at what you do, or that you're good enough for money, your body still holds onto that old stress response. And that is the blockage. That stress response that you've once experienced is still living within your body. So anything you're doing up here, it's not going to make any difference out in your 3D unless you actually start to feel it in here. It's almost like a feedback loop. One, you've got your past experience. right? So you're going from this feeling of instability, where however you got that feeling, to the instability became a belief, that money isn't easy to come by. It is hard. That belief shaped your expectations, so now even if things are going well for you, you've got an underlying tension, almost bracing for impact before something goes wrong. So imagine being in a car and just bracing for impact before you even crash. Do you know what I mean? What would your energy feel like? Do you think somebody next to you would probably be able to pick up off that energy if you were just there, just tensing yourself for impact? Do you know what I mean? So your expectations are huge, because that expectations influences your energy and your actions. Even subtly, you act different when you think things are going wrong. This was my truth. I could feel myself thinking that things were going to go wrong, and then it did go wrong. Hence my post that I'd done earlier. You know what I mean? And then the cycle repeats, and the cycle repeats because your brain keeps looking for proof that money is hard to come by. It reinforces the pattern. It's trying to protect you. It doesn't want you to get excited. It doesn't want you to feel that money can come, because it's like, if I am fearful for it, I can't be let down. But we need to break that. Are you guys with me? Or do you need it more detail? Do you want more detail, or are we good?
I'm good.
We good?
No, that's good. That all makes sense.
It all makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, cool. Because we must have all heard the term about negativity bias. It's a fact that our brains hold on to negative situations 5 times more than positive. And that was for survival, and it kind of makes sense. If you burn yourself, you need to remember what you burnt yourself on. So this is what's happening with the brain. It's trying to protect you, but it's doing more harm than good. So we need to break this pattern. And it's not about just shifting your mindset. Like I said, it's about rewiring how your body responds to money. So you have to train your nervous system to associate money with safety, ease, and expansion, which is where the somatic works come into it. It's what we're going to do right now. If anyone's wondering if something can shift after one session, yes. A single somatic experience can absolutely create an internal shift. You might feel lighter, you might feel something opening up. But of course, like with anything, deep, long-lasting change usually takes repetition. But who's ready? Are you guys comfy? You got headphones?
Yeah.
Should have said it before. I should have said headphones could be beneficial, but it's not important as long as you can hear me. Most important thing is, I want you guys just to get yourself really comfy now, because we're going to do a nice, deep somatic experience. Because there's only a few of you, you can all tell me, give me a thumbs up to let me know when you're done. Yeah? Good, 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 good. I know Jenna might be a bit busy with the little ones. Okay. So what I'm going to guide you through is a tried and tested somatic experience. And this technique helps release stored tension and rewire your nervous system. In this case, especially in your response to money. And this approach I'll use combines different elements of somatic experiencing. This brings the awareness to where you physically hold stress around money. We're going to be using some light breath work. This is to signal your nervous system that it's safe to shift into ease. And we're going to be using tactile grounding expression work, where this is where we recondition your body to associate money with flow. This isn't just woo-woo fluff. If you've followed me long enough, you know that that's not what I subscribe to. This is solid nervous system principles that help shift deeply ingrained patterns. So I'm going to guide you. If you feel like you can't find your blockage straight away or anything at first, don't worry. That's completely normal. Sometimes these patterns are buried so deep and it takes a little more to connect with them. But I'm going to be here to help you tune in. So all you need to do is just relax, open your mind. If nothing big happens right away, just trust that your body is still processing and shifting stuff in the background. The key is just to stay open, stay curious. There's no right or wrong way to experience this. All right, so we're going to begin. And we're going to begin by just sitting, just settling down, getting yourself comfy. And start by just taking a few deep breaths in the nose and out the mouth. If your eyes are open, just gently close them or lower your gaze. Take a slow breath in, pause, and exhale through the mouth. Again, take a deep breath in your nose, pause, and let it out. And again, deep breath in, and feel your ribs expand. And as you exhale slowly, just allow your body to soften that little bit more. One more time, breathe in deeply, as deep as you can. Open up your lungs, feeling your chest rise. And as you breathe out, just imagine any tension starting to melt away. Bring your awareness to the surface beneath you. If you're sitting down, laying down, notice how it supports you. Feel the weight of your body being held effortlessly. Let yourself settle into that sense of being safe and supported. Just stay here and just feel the weight of your body being supported. Now I want you to bring to mind your relationship with money. No need to force anything, just notice what comes up. And as you think about money, where do you feel it in your body? Do you have any tightness? Is there a weight in your stomach? Tension in your jaw or your chest? Just observe, no judgment, just awareness. If you can feel it, feel free to share. But if nothing comes up right away, that's okay. Just keep scanning your body slowly from head to toe. Twisting. Oh, I thought he's going to say something. Just keep scanning your body from head to toe. See if there's any tightness.
Can you feel it in more than one place?
What can you feel?
In my jaw and in my tummy.
Okay. Well, jaw, that is usually suppressed anger, unspoken words, a fear of expressing yourself. The tummy is an interesting one. Tummy can be various things, but it's usually around emotional and fear and anxiety you know. Stomach can also be safety and security, I suppose. So yes, you can definitely feel it in both. You just keep feeling into that. And everybody, if you found yours, just keep breathing into the space.
Honestly, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Organic. It's not the truth. It's not real. But
It never is. It never is our own. It are any kind of blocks or things that energy blockages, they're never our own. They're from our environment. We don't create it, we take it on. So from parents, what parents would say, from social scenarios, situations, people around us, this is what conditions us. We may have the best intention, but if you stay around something for long enough, that will have an impact.
and I truly resonate with what you had to say about your mind being so much more susceptible to holding on to stress, and you can feel it on a
The thing is, we can know all the stuff. The mind is good at knowing. It's not really that good at creating. That has to come from the body. And that's where we find ourselves having an inner conflict because we know we need to do better, but we just don't feel safe enough to do it. Like if somebody's in a certain scenario, I'm not here to give advice, but if somebody's stuck in a certain scenario, the first thing would be to logically think, okay, I need to get myself out of the scenario. But if the body doesn't feel safe to, it won't, and it will keep on repeating the same patterns and staying stuck. So this is why we have to cultivate enough safety within ourselves to be able to navigate any situation, no matter what your blockage is. Everything has to be created from within. So we're going to do this now anyway. I'm going to get back into this. I want you to just stay with what you can feel in your chest, your jaw down, because some of what you just said, it kind of makes sense because Sophie, you said the jaw as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's about not expressing yourself. Many of us don't express ourselves. You know, when you start thinking about the neck tension, this is a fear of change. This is when we carry burdens. You know, the chest, this is grief, heartbreak, sadness, solar plexus. This is where we start to think about our self-worth, our confidence, you know, our personal power. And some of us have that power taken away from us due to relationships, circumstances, and down to the gut. The gut is safety, you know. So I want you guys to stay with wherever you can feel your tension, wherever you can feel it. I just want you to put your hand over it, place your hand over the area. I want you to feel the presence of your hand and let your hand bring warmth and awareness to that space. Really connect with it. Feel the safety from your hand, the warmth. Now take a deep breath into this space. Hold for a minute. And as you exhale, I want you to soften just 1%, just a little, a tiny shift. And I silently ask this sensation in your body, what are you trying to tell me? Don't try and force an answer, just listen. See if any words, images, or emotions come up. Whatever comes up, even if it's subtle, just notice it. What are you trying to tell me? if a word or feeling has come up, like doubt or fear or uncertainty, just recognize it. And now place your other hand over your heart. Take a deep breath in. Now silently tell this feeling, I hear you. I know you want things to go well, and I'm open to do that now. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now, did anybody get a response from when they spoke to their nervous system?
I've been crying. I'm always going back to forgiveness.
Was that a message? Did you feel that? Was that something that came up when you said, what are you trying to tell me? Is it saying to have empathy?
Ultimately, it's a feeling of like absoluteness towards letting go. Like really just feel ready to cut the cords.
Okay.
I mostly feel it in my heart.
Okay. Okay. And stay with that and invite it in without trying to push it away, without kind of judging it or saying it shouldn't be here. What happens when you don't try and push it away?
I'm still trying to get to the point of not pushing it away.
Mm. So the rest of you guys, whatever sensation you feel, I still just want you just to notice it, no matter how subtle or strong it is. Just stay with it.
I feel like I want to be in a blank room, like a white room, an empty room with no stimulation.
Okay.
I
So that
think
feels like your nervous system is saying that it feels a bit overwhelmed.
I feel very overstimulated,
Yeah.
like not in a bad way, just in general. And I'm starting to realize things like detaching from social media, just honing in on just self purpose and not taking in too much influence
Mm.
is so necessary when cleaning out cleaning out the archives.
Of course.
I'm so sorry for being so emotional, everyone.
No, don't apologize for your emotions. So everyone, whatever guy you guys are feeling, the idea is now is just for you to give yourself permission for that. Now I want you to ask your body another question. What would it feel like if things did start going well? And let your body show you, not your mind. Maybe it's a warmth, a lightness, an expansion, whatever comes naturally. What would it feel like if things did start going well? Take your time and breathe into this possibility. Does anybody want to share how that felt?
For me, I said I could feel it in my tummy, and then when
Yeah.
you said to put your other hand on your heart, and say, like, I recognize you and I want to do better.
Yeah.
From that point, the tightness almost started to ease, and it might sound ridiculous, but it was almost like the blockage was saying, thanks for recognizing me and, you know, acknowledging me, I suppose.
That is exactly what it does. That was an energy, that was your nervous system giving you permission, understanding that it's been seen and the fear is being heard. It's amazing that you felt that shift. So it looks like things are moving in the right direction. So I want you to now I want you to think about the smallest sign that money or opportunity has already started to flow towards you, even if it's something tiny. Maybe somebody recently paid you, maybe asked for a service, an opportunity came up unexpectedly that you might not even seen as an opportunity just yet. What's one piece of evidence that things could be shifting? If you have something, let me know.
I got invited last week to go and be on a panel of mums that have got their own business to talk to women. So I'm going to do that on it's 12th of March, and I'm not going to say I'm not nervous, but that was a bit of a shock to be asked. So,
It's an opportunity.
mm-hmm,
Who knows what's going to come from that?
exactly.
It's about being open. It's about being open. And now we're doing this work. It's allowing your nervous system to recognize that this is an opportunity for you.
This has come just at the right time to help my nervous system in time before then.
Good. So I want you to hold on to that proof that things do happen for you. Just that specific thing. I want you to hold on to that proof and breathe it in deeply and let it sink into your body. And everybody else, I'd like you to do the same. Now I want to start to anchor this belief. I don't know where everybody else is, but I want you to say it silently or loud that there is proof out there that things are shifting, that money is coming, and I am open to more. Just say that to yourself. And as you say it, don't just think it. I want you to feel it in your body. Breathe it in. Get the words sink deeper. That there is proof that there's money out there. Money is coming. And breathe in. And when you exhale, just allow these words to become part of you. Now I want you to scan your body again. Pick up of any other tension that's still lingering. Let's see if we can release more of it. I want you to take a deep breath in. Gather any tightness. Hold. And as you exhale, I want you to imagine just pushing it out through your body, down your legs, through your feet and into the ground. Again, breathe it in. Hold. And as you exhale, I want you to imagine just any remaining tension going all the way down and out. I want you to visualize a warm golden light rising from the earth through your feet, up through your legs, into your stomach and your chest, feeling the space where doubt used to be, where all this fear and tension was. In some of your cases, send that up further through the chest, the neck, into the jaw. And just breathe in this warmth. As you exhale, again, it settle into your solar plexus, your stomach, replacing any old tension with ease, confidence, and flow. Take one final deep breath in and hold for a moment. And as you exhale, just allow yourself to fully relax into this new state, this calm state. And know that you are safe. You are open and money is ready to flow to you. And whenever you're ready, you can bring your awareness back to the room, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Just taking a moment to notice how you feel, to see if there's been any shifts. So the whole point of this process is really to tap into the body where all our fears and blockages are stored. Then I want to share their experience. Was there anything that came up for you and any questions?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I thought mine was in my throat and in my stomach, but then when
Okay.
you said solar plexus, I had this I felt this lump and a bit of an emotional sort of surge when you said that place, and actually I thought it was my gut, but actually it was a bit higher up.
Yeah.
But nothing kind of came up in terms of a word or a sign or anything like that. I could just feel quite emotional around kind of locating that area.
Okay. Well, I did say it's either a word, a
Yeah.
tension, or an emotion. That does happen a lot. Solar plexus is, well, there's a lot of information in the solar plex. Like I said, a lot around confidence, around self-worth, personal power.
A lot of the other stuff resonates, yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else?
It isn't until you do something like this that obviously you just think it's a mind thing you know, like what you think is what you believe. And then when you actually take the time to do the exercise of laying there, channeling in with your body, at that point, that's when you find these blockages that you talk about, but you wouldn't pay them any attention or link them to anything like that until you do the exercise.
Yeah, well, it kind of makes sense because the mind is the mind's to help us navigate life, right? And if we kind of felt all our fears and emotions and they lived in our head, we wouldn't get anything done. So the mind is designed to compartmentalize all of these feelings, but it has to go somewhere so it gets stored in the body. So this is why we need to learn how to tune into the body to actually recognize what's really happening. Like for me, and I say this a lot, my mind is too resilient for its own good. You know, I might have so much shit going on. And I'm like, I'm actually okay. But then I'll see myself start coming up in a rash or start being more tired or anything else. There'll be other things that is a mirror reflection of my inner world. You know, so this is why it's important to actually recognize that even if our minds think things are okay, when shit's happening, we need to kind of just tune into ourselves and think, hold on, I need to process this somehow. But the nervous system, once you start, it almost feels quite, well, for me, my experience, when I'm guided through somatic experiences, it's almost quite schizophrenic. I feel like I'm speaking to another part of me. You know, the nervous system seems to have its own language, its own life, its own desires that are different to what my brain thinks I'm supposed to be doing or wanting. So once you really start to have that connect, you can literally have conversations with it. But again, this was, I guess, all of you guys' first time doing this. The more you do it, the easier it is to tap into those parts. Everything's about practice and it's about commitment. And I think personally, my experience is that when I commit to my practice, I'm rewarded for it. That's like with anything. If I'm going to be inconsistent, then what results am I expecting to get out of that? And when we start speaking about nervous system, I can speak about it from a scientific standpoint and from a spiritual standpoint. For me, they both just cross over. It is literally the same thing. It's just about what terminology you decide to use. But in terms of, I'm glad Christine brought that up about consistency. I would urge everybody to kind of incorporate some somatic practice into your routine, to move it around your body, just to feel your body. You know, so yeah.
Can I just ask, sorry, what was the beginning of, there was an affirmation that you said, and the ending part was, I'm open to more of it. What was the beginning part of that affirmation about money? Was it, I attract money and I'm open to more of it?
Money flows to me.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Money flows to me.
And
Thank
again,
you.
remember, it's not just about thinking it, it's about feeling it. There's a difference. You'll feel the shift. Again, the more somatic work that you do, you'll notice the difference between your mind, I guess, your mind having a mind thought feeling, or your body. When it's a body feeling, you notice a massive difference. But I'm sure some of you today, to connecting to your body, you felt your body more than you had before. Guys, any questions, just drop it into the group and you're welcome. And I'll answer them when I can.